Good day. So today is Sunday. It's actually Sunday that I'll be creating this supplementary video tutorial for you to help you with your um, pre-final examination. So today, let's create an application applying the vertical slicing architecture and the MVP from the start. So this is gonna be a long video, and I'll be sharing this whole video with you, but I hope that you will be looking at this over and over again for you to prepare for your pre-final exam. Right? So let's start. Let's create a new project and then let's select empty views and then let's say with custom app MVP. Let's just skip the package and where I save this and the language and the minimalist DKS is including the build configuration. I click on finish. Okay. Please bear with me because I kind of have a slow machine currently. So once it's done, I'll close the other instance of my Android Studio. Right? So let's just wait until the building process of the newly created application is done. While doing so, please have your coffee with you or anything because this is a very long video tutorial and I'm really hoping that you will look into this to help you out with your pre-final exam and at the same time building your application on your own. So I'll be going on mute at some point because it's like a long process. All right, it's done. So let's do the setup like we always do. We go into Gradle scripts and then for the build compile SDK, we change this to 36 and we go to our lives version to each 2ML. We change this to 1.9 and then we click on sync. Let's see if there are still error, then we will fix it together. We'll wait again for the syncing to finish. All right, so it is done. So let us try if we can build the project already. Let's just go to build and rebuild. And it's done. It's successfully built. So let's start cleaning up our main activity. So our main activity it resides inside the main package wherein there is no what's this like package name the parent one, so it's test and this one. So we'll select this. So like I always do, because we are going to start with logins, a login page, we rename this into login. So we right click on this file and then refactor, then rename. We change this to login activity, refactor. Now it's login activity because we rename it, so we also have to rename our activity here. we right click again and then choose refactor and then rename, because we are going to have this as a view to our login activity. We change this to login as well. Then we do the refactoring. After that, we clean up our activity. We change up compat activity to simply activity. Again, the reason why I do this to make sure that it all runs in all versions of IDE that you have and the libraries as well. I don't want it to have conflict with your setup. Now this is our login activity. Now let's go to our login view. Currently, it's set up with the constraint layout. We change this for the simpler one. We change it to linear layout. Let me do it again. You just highlight the Android until constraint layout. Then you type in linear. Then linear will be shown. Then you just type in enter. And then we put orientation to vertical. Now this is our login view. Okay. Now, let's create our login view. Currently, it's hello world. We change this to maybe just login. And then I'll change to text size, maybe, because this is our login. It should be like a big one. Let's say 28. And let's change the gravity of into center, horizontal. Then we remove this all these attributes, the app. Okay, I'll just clean the, and then maybe let's add padding to this one just to make this beautiful. All right, next we'll have the edit text. Edit text, it's gonna be much parent wrap. Let's put in text size to maybe 18 sp, just to make it bigger. And then we put in hint. The hint is what's this username? Let's say username. Okay, and then let's put in the ID. Then like the naming convention I've always required you to do, we start with edit text because it's the component. And then what is that edit text? Since this is a username, we change it to username. Now let's copy paste this block and name this as our password. Okay, and then this one as our password. Let me just put vertical margin to 4 dp just to have the distance between each, and let's put it in each element. And then we are going to have the button. Okay, that's match wrap, and then the text size to 18 sp, and then let's have a margin horizontal or maybe 10 dp. No, it's a little smaller. Let's have 20. All right, and then we'll have a margin vertical of 8 dp, and then the text should be login. Let's close this. All right, so we have now our login screen. Now let's handle these elements. For this password, and oh, by the way, I forgot to put the ID, so it's gonna be button login. So we have now the ID that we have. Now let's handle it from here. You know that when we set content view, we have, and then point it to our activity login XML, we have now the control to handle elements inside this layout. So let's start. So let's say the button no. Let's start with the text view, edit text, username was find view by ID. Since it is an edit text, we choose when we put in edit text, then the ID of our edit text username. Then let's just copy and then have the password. and then edit text, password. Then we will have our button login. We change this to button because the element that we are going to call is the button login. Then we have now our elements instance here. Then let's handle the button login set on click listener. Now we have here the set on click listener already. Now let's handle the what's this? These elements. Okay, so let's have edit the val username. Let's get the text of the username. Text to string. Okay, and then the password. Edit text password text to string. Now we have our value. Then let's validate it. If not username not null or empty and password is not null or empty, then we are going to show uh, further. Let's not show it at that moment. Then let's have the else first. And then we are going to show here toast, make text, this, and then what we are going to show, fields cannot be empty, and then toast length, then we have to show our toast. Now in this condition, if its username and password is not empty, then we have to validate if the entered username and password is correct. Okay, so let's say if username, for the meantime we are going to have a static username and password equals our username, let's say test, and then we put in false because we are not going to, it should not ignore the case of the text. And then if password equals, let's say 1234, then again put it false. And then if let me just make this smaller, and then if it is not equal, we show in that the message make text this, we show in invalid credentials, and then we show toast, and then short, and then the show. So if it's the same, we toast in a message, no, a message login successful, then we show the toast. Okay, so we have now our basic HTML, handling of our XML. Now notice that currently we are on keeping typing in find you by ID. We call in this text to string, and even putting toast again over and over again the same syntax, which is if you have a lot of toast, you have to type in again this uh, kind of syntax. So let's create our extension function. These caveats, this routine code, line of codes can be shortened using Kotlin extension. But before that, let us structure first our um, code. So because we are going to implement vertical slicing, we have to create a package. To create a package, right click here and then new, and then a package, because we are going to create later on the utils with wherein a Kotlin extension will be placed. We create a package utils. Then I want to create as well screens. So screens, all the screens will be inside this, and because we have our login activity here, so we have to put in another package here inside the screens, log in. Then we are going to create another package because after login is successful, we're going to go into the home page. So let's create a home page, but we have to remove this part log in because we want our home package under screen. So we type in home. So as you have seen, screen now has two package. This login activity, we have to put in here, drag it and drop inside the login, then select refactor. Okay, now our login is here. Right, so we are done with this. We are going to create now our Kotlin extension. Kotlin extension is used, it's used to shorten caveats and to remove caveats in our code, and at the same time, it is created using clicking these utils wherein we want our Kotlin extension to be placed. Select new and then select Kotlin class or file. Remember, we have to select file, okay? And then I'll name it Kotlin extension. Just this. You can name whatever you want for as long as it doesn't conflict with others, but I want it this way. So I'll click on enter. So I have now my utils. Now, the first in this kind of code, the first one that we are going to extend is this find view by ID. Where are we going to extend it? In the login activity. But because we want it to be shared with other activity files, so we have to extend it using this parent activity class. We will extend the activity class instead of specific login activity only. We select the parent class. So let's do it. I'll copy the activity. I'll go back to Kotlin extension file. Then let's start with fun. Then your parent class or the class do you want to have an extension function. Then that I'll say because we want to create this one, but the real function why we are creating this is really to get the text value of our edit text. So we're going to create an extension function that will get the text value of any edit text. So let's go back here. So let me just import first. Okay, let's get edit text string uh, just value to make it easier. But we have to okay, let's just have it here. So let me just copy this one just to show. Okay, then we have to return, but because we have to return string, we have to have to declare a string value here, a data type here. So notice that in this return find view by ID, it requires an ID. So where are we going to get the ID? And because we want this to be called in any part of your code, we have to make this generic, reusable by any screen. So we have to ask the caller to provide ID in the form of the data type integer. And then this ID we have to put in here. And because we are going to get the edit text value, then we have to text and to string. And we have now the extension function get edit text value. And we can call in any activity. For example, in our login screen, because we have now the wait, let me just have it here. So let's have edit text value pass in. Let me just import, then pass in the value of our ID. We type in here, and then let's do another one in for the password and this, and we remove this one. It's not needed anymore. Okay, so that, and even this we can do as for this if we're just going to add on click listener to any element, but for now I'll have it your way of doing things. Okay, now for the toast itself we can also uh, create an extension function. This is a long syntax that we will be always typing if we're going to toast something. So let's just copy this and create an extension function to toast for the activity or in the activity. Let's go back to our Kotlin extension function file. Then activity, because we want it to be extended to the activity. Then we're going to show toast, or you name it, toast message, whatever that is. Then we will just ask the caller to uh, attach the message that they want to toast. And then we type in our toast here and then the message. We'll just have to show the message. And that's it. This is now our extension function to show toast. Then if you want to use this, we just have to call this. Let me just copy the string here and then remove this one and then call in toast, this one, the one that we have created, and then type in or pass in the message that you want to show. Again, we can do again for this part, toast, and then this one, and then another one, toast, and then pass in the message. Now we see that our um our code is a little bit shorter, right? So after this, we can proceed with our next um, uh, step to implement this. Let's run with creating with another screen, which is home. So let's create a new activity and then we select empty views activity. We name this as home activity. Okay, then finish. Let's just wait for it to finish. Notice that I did not check the manifest because automatically when you create an activity it should be added in the manifest, but just to make sure while this is building, let me just go to the manifest. The manifest currently has our have our home activity and we have our login activity with the intent filter that the login activity will be main and the launcher, the first activity or the first screen to be shown. Okay, always visit your manifest and don't make if you see red curly wiggly lines within your code, just make sure that you fixed it. It's not good to leave it as in red curly wiggly line because that will introduce error. Then it's done, we can go to our home activity like I always do. We change this to activity and then we remove this and at the same time we remove this. I'm sorry, and then I'll just remove the extra line of imports. All right, so let's go to our home. To go to our home directly coming from our home activity, just hold your control key and then click hover on the layout, then click. Now we are at home now, so after that we just maybe change this to a scroll view because I want this to be scrollable. And in a scroll view, there should only be one child. So let's have the wrapper view, which is the, I'll say current, right now I'm going to select relative view. I'll have put, I'll have padding of 24 dp. And I suppose that's it for this setup. Then we can start creating our home view. So what should be in our home view? So let's say we'll have we'll have another text view and then uh, maybe a name or a welcome match wrap and then we'll have the text size of 18 sp and then I'll have the ID of this one as text view welcome. Okay, let me just let's not have it at wrap, let's have match. So we'll have a text here, maybe welcome. Okay, then I want to put what's this? And okay, I want to put an icon here. So again, let's have an icon. Let's go to our let's say profile icon. Let's download a profile icon, an image. So maybe this one, I'll have this. Okay, I'll just have this one. Save image should be a PNG. No, that's not the right one. No, type times PDF. No, not PDF. Sorry, PNG. Okay, maybe this one to make it a little colorful. Then let's save this image. Let's have downloads. No, it's a web app. It's hard to get PNG. This one. It's a bit too much. It's an AVI file. We cannot do that. Okay, let me just. It's a PNG, so okay, fine. Let's add in a. Ah, let me just. Let me just have. Let's find another icon. This is a PNG, so I guess this one is good. Mm, should be downloading. Oh, let's have 64. Free download. Okay, so we have now the PNG profile. So let's go back to our activity. Let's have throw a ball here. And then let's go find our file, its profile. So I'll just have to drag and drop here in the drawable and then click refactor. So I'll add the profile that we try hard to get. So I'll say 60 dp and then 60 dp as the size of it because I don't want it to make it bigger, and then we have to supplement or put in the source, then add drawable here, add drawable profile, and then I want to put ID as well. So ID image view profile, and then we have to put it on the right. So we have to align it to parent right, and then we pass it through, and then we close our. Notice that it's so big here. So let me just have a padding here. It's okay. Let's just have it that way. Maybe a little smaller. Okay, so that's a little smaller. All right, so we have our profile for, our home screen for the meantime, for the moment. So let's have our login screen go or change to the home screen after home activity screen once this is successful. So we type in start activity to start an intent, then we instantiate the intent and then pass in this as the color, and then we call in home activity and then class name. So basically, the screen now will transition from login activity to home activity. But because once you have successfully logged in, you don't want the user when they click back, they will be prompted again with the login screen. So we add in calling finish here so that the user when the user is already in the login screen, when the user click the back button, it will not go back to login screen because we finished this activity already. All right, so we are done with this. Let me just run the one that we did. Let me just run device. All right, so we have now our application running. So what did we put for the username and password? It's test and 123. So let's have test, and then we type in 123. Then we log in. Now we are prompted with the home screen. Okay, by the way, before I forget, notice that the password in the login screen is showing the the text itself. So let's add the attribute of input type here for the password with text password. Okay, so this time when you enter anything in that password field, it will be masked with a value. Okay, so note when I was implementing this, I was mentioning that the user cannot go back to login screen once they are in the home screen already, because we have finished, we called finish here. So let me just show you. When I click the back button here, notice that it doesn't show the login screen again. The application is brought back to the background. Okay, so we have now our login screen. Now let's implement this value saved in our application. So the application is the one that we will be creating is a custom application, which is a child of the application in Android. The application in Android application class holds the global state of the application. So if you want to share data or anything that can be accessed by different activities or different screens in your Android application, you put in inside, or you declare it inside a custom application. Okay, so let's have our custom application by first creating a package inside here. So new package, I'll name it as an app, and then we create a custom application. To create a custom application, right click on the app folder and then new and then a Kotlin class and file. Because it is a class, we have to select Kotlin class here. And we name it custom app. Okay, so that is the first step. You create the custom app class. And then the second step is to make it a child of the application. The Android app. You just have to enter and then put in the open close parenthesis because it's the parent. Okay, so inside this custom application, actually there are also life cycle. One example of life cycle is the on create. So you can press Control O, or you can go to code, then override methods, then you can start typing straight, just type it on create. So on create, and then inside the application, then click in OK. So we have now an overridden function of the on create. So let's just have a log here, and then let's say custom app, and then on create is called. Later I'll show you this where to find this. Now after we have created our custom application and make it a child of application Android application, we have to link this to our manifest. Okay, so we go to our manifest, find this block, the application, then type in name. It will display the Android name, and then automatically it will suggest where the custom app is. So we just have to click and press enter key from our keyboard. Now we are done with our setup of our custom application. Okay, let's run this and I'll show you what really happened after this setup. Notice our custom application. We have our logs here. Okay, we'll just have to wait for it uh, when it's finished running. All right, so it's running already. So it should be showing our log from our log cat. So you just have to find log cat here. And then here we have our custom app, which is the tag of our logs. And then we have our message here on create is called. So we are correctly setting up our custom application. The custom application will be first implemented or run or read or executed by the Android ecosystem upon running your application. Okay, so let's proceed with our next step. Let's move our static credential to our uh, what's this? To our into our custom application. So to do that, we'll just have to, let's say, val username with a value test, and then val password with a value mm, password 1234. Okay, so we have now our uh, default username and password. All right, so after that we can use this from our login activity. To call this custom application or to access the application custom application data, we have to call this application and then typecast it as our custom application. To do that, we have to declare val, then the app, and then call in application, and then as name your custom application. This is now the instance of it. Then we call in this one, we replace this, and then the username, and then we replace this with our password. So we have now passed our data coming from our custom application. All right, so basically let's test if we can still run this. Let me just show you running application. All right, it's launching, so let's say test, and then 1 2 3 4, then we log in. So we are still able to log in even if we pass in or the data or save the data in our custom application. Okay, so we know that when we are going to log into our application, we must save the data to our custom app, right? We have to save it here. So let's save the login data into our custom application. But to really do that, to we have to remember that we are going to implement MVP. So let's start by implementing MVP now before we even save the data, right? So MVP, as you have known, let me just pull the MVP, a slide that I was providing you. Okay, so MVP, the model view presenter. So let's go to MVP model. The architecture. So the architecture of our MVP is that, let me just make it bigger. Okay, so we have the view, the presenter, and the model. So the view, the current view that we will be implementing is the activity or the fragment. Currently, your setup is an MVC. All the codes are in the activity. But with MVP, we are going to segregate or separate those functions or concerns into different parts. View, as only for the view, it's handling that shows that includes listening to the click event, showing loading indicators or toast or maybe show dialogues or different navigations. but your view must not have a code for business logic, the API call, or accessing database. Okay? Your business logic should be in the presenter. Okay? Your presenter is just a Kotlin class, and then it contains all business logic, validations, to call the repository or any data sources, maybe uh, in another class or another area, and then it helps transform the data for the UI. It also decides what to show for the view. They are these two, view and Kotlin presenter, or the presenter, is connected through an interface. Okay, interface. And then the next one is the model. The model will be just for any data from your repository, from database, or just any setup that you want to have that your model to have. So, and the data should be, I mean, might be used by the presenter. Okay? No, take note that the model does not know your view or presenter, because the model can be reused by any other screens. But we will have to strictly do that. That our model should be for the for the certain screen only. All right? Sige, let's go back to our code. Let's begin with creating our presenter file. So in our login, we right click on this login, then select new, and then you know that the presenter is a class, so select class. Then we name it login presenter. Okay, and then we click enter. Okay, you know that the login presenter and the login activity as per this screen are connected with interfaces. So let's create an interface. Let's create a new class. Let's have it a class, and then we name it login contract, meaning everything here will be interfaces for the login itself. So let's declare interface here, interface. Then the interface should be for the view, and then the other interface is for the presenter. Okay, sorry. All right, so for the login, for the view, let's say when the user click login button, it should have it will call the presenter to validate. So let's say fun validate validate credentials, or maybe login lang. Okay, login, and then it will accept username, and then of the type string, and then password of the type string. um, it's a class. No, it's a Java class. Sorry guys. Let me just delete this one. But let me copy this. My bad, it's a Java class. Let's have a Kotlin class. New, and then a Kotlin class. And then login contract. Okay? Sorry for that. It was a Java class that we created. Let me just remove the internal. Then fun, login, username, string, password, username. Okay? And then after the login calls this function from the presenter will say, okay, either show success message, okay, and then or either show what's the other logic that we have, show success message, show invalid credential, show fields cannot be empty, so it's an error, empty error, it's an invalid credential error. So let's create those. Show invalid credential message, and then fun show empty message. So we have now the three message that the view will be executing once the validation is called, or the login function is called by the activity. Okay, so let's start. You know that they should be connected with the login and the presenter. To do that, we have to uh, initialize our login presenter here. I'll just have you init late init, then var, then login presenter here. We have our login presenter here. Then below the set content view, we have to initialize or set value to our login presenter. So login presenter. Because we want our login presenter to call the view, once there is an action to be done by the view, we pass in our login activity. But we have to extend or implement the login contract with the view, because the view will be the one to execute the view interface. This one, all this will be executed by the view. The presenter will be executed or implementing this presenter as well. Okay, so we pass in the login instance, which is this. Okay, our login presenter currently doesn't have a declaration or setup currently, so we'll just in login activity notice that it's having a wiggly red. Then you hover this one, point your mouse, do not click, then add parameter to constructor. You click and then refactor. Okay, now when we go to our login presenter, the login activity is being declared, but we don't want that. We will rename it as view, and then we name the using the login contract view. Okay, and then pipe var, maybe a private. Okay, so what is this? Now let it be. So let's have it private. Okay, so let's go back to our login. Notice when we try to implement login contract view, the wiggly red is in the login in the class name itself. So when we are going to hover that one, it says implement, because there are functions that we have not implemented. So we click this implement, this one, and then select all this. You can select one, but you have to select all, and then click OK. Then everything else will be ready for you. Okay, so for this, it says that show empty message. So this message should go here. Okay, and then we remove this, and then invalid credential, this one should go here, then we remove this, then it says show message, then we remove this. Notice that we also have to move to another activity. Okay, so this one we have to create an interface for this one. So let's go to our contract. So fun navigate, or maybe show home screen. Okay, and then we'll go back to our login activity. Let's have our login activity implement that function, then click OK here. So we have to copy paste here that one. So currently we have now the our on create activity with that minimal code. Okay, so now it says that all your business logic should be going to our presenter. So all this should be in our presenter. Okay, all this. So we have to control X this one. We remove it from here. Then we call the presenter to do login presenter. Then we look for login. We are not done with line, but we have to pass in username and password because we have not set up our presenter. Okay, but we have the login function that should be in the presenter. Let's go to our presenter. Notice our presenter is not yet set up, so let's have Login presenter implements the login contract, but for the presenter. Then let's have implement it. Okay. So now the logic should be here. Okay. Notice that. Let me just remove this for the meantime. Okay. So it says that if not equal, so okay, so if let's first implement the other message. If what username here, sorry, let me just have this one. So this one is now empty. So if it is empty, we call in this view val. Then we call the view what? If it is empty, show message. No, show message. Show empty message. Okay? And then, if we are still going to have a data here. Okay? We are going to have a data here. Let me just remove this. Okay? For, from the previous implementation, we have if username equals what's test, and then and password equals 1234, then false. We show by calling show success message. Then after showing show success message, we show home screen. Else, we've called the view to show the invalid credentials message. So that's the behavior that we are going to implement for this one. Now, let's have now our model. Currently, our presenter and our login, our view are connected already, right? So now let's create our model, right? So from here, we right click on the login and then we create a Kotlin class and then rename it plugin model. In our login model, you know that the model should hold the data needed for your application. So our login model, we must have val, the app, the instance of our app, then the custom app. Okay, and then the model should have access now to the custom app that we save our data for all the application or screens in our application. Now let's make this login model part of the presenter. Okay, so let me just put it on the second line and then this one and then mm, I will not do model then the login model. Sige, hindi na nato siya yun ano. Okay, so let's check our activity because in our activity previously we just passed the view. Now let's go to our activity here. We pass in the model. So model, so we have to instantiate our model. And remember that we need to pass the app as well. So app as custom, no, we call in applications as custom app. Okay, because we are going to pass a login model that has an what's this, a constructor with passing the custom app. Look at your login model again. It should accept the application. So that is why we have this uh, we have to pass the login model instance with the application in the constructor. Okay, now let's use it in our model here. So in our model, we must validate. Previously, we just have this, right? So we have to use our model now. We are going to refactor this. So let's just rewrite it. model if model validate credentials. Then we pass in username and password. So we are in the assumption that this model has the validate credentials and stuff. So we have to pass in this and that. So we have to copy this one. We copy this and then right click click on this red text and then alt enter on your keyboard, then create a functions. It should create these functions in your uh, login model. So it says here we are going to return true or false if the credentials are correct or not. So to do that, we just have to um, copy, get this one, and then simply return whatever the value of this one. If the username and password uh, is matches the data from the app, by the way, let's change this to username, and then let's change this to password. If this matches, it will return true. If it doesn't matches, then it return false. So right now, the valid credentials that is used in our presenter should be done. Okay? So if it's true, if it returns true, we show in what? View show success message. Then the view should show home screen. Okay? So currently we have now our MVP structure for our login screens. This is our complete MVP structure implementation for our login activity. Let us run our application. Where is that running application? Let's just wait. Ignore first the this wiggly red here in our login presenter. At some point, the compiler does not recognize it. It will tell us to put it private, and as well as one internal. Why there is internal? Oh, sorry. When we copy paste it, it says internal. So that is why it has an error. So we remove internal. So internal should be within the package of the scope of it. So let's go back to our presenter. Yes, okay. So let's run again. My bad, I didn't notice that there is an internal in the declaration. Okay, so let's let me just detach this one and make it this big, make this bigger. Okay, so if this is empty, we click login, it will show fields not empty. If it is wrong, it should show invalid credential, and then if it is correct, 1 2 3 4, then it should show our login. Now let's use our login screen username from the in the home activity. Okay, so in our home activity, currently we have this. Now let's implement MVP here. This is a clean area that we have not done anything, but let's integrate MVP implementation already in our home activity. So now let's create our presenter, a Kotlin class, home presenter, and then in our presenter, it must have, I know we have not created our contract, so Kotlin class again, so it's a home contract, wherein inside the home contract we have interface for view and we have interface for presenter. Okay, and then we should be having how our view, our model as well, Kotlin class, so our home model, and then our model should have private val, the app, custom app. Okay, so we have now our home view. Now, let's, uh, because we want in our home screen, we display the welcome here. Okay, coming from the login activity, this one. Upon login in our, let's go back to our login presenter. After logging in, we have not saved any data to our custom app, right? Whoever is logged in. So to do that, let's save the data in our custom app, your login user. Okay, so val login user, and then we have this user as a class. We pass, currently we don't have it right now, the user class. We have to create this user class. So we add another package here by clicking your main package, new, and then package, then create a package name data. Then let's create a class user. So we click new, and then a Kotlin class here, then we pass in the user. Okay, then we import it. So user now has this already. Now I want to create a data class instead of a regular class. And then we have var username with a default value with string, default value empty, and then a var password data type string, pass with the empty data. Okay, so we have now our login username. We'll, we go back to our custom. So next uh we have to set this data. Okay, you have to set this data or get this data in home screen. We set this data once the user is successfully validated. You have to set it in our presenter. Okay, here we have already the username and password here. So we before we even get show the message, we set first the data to our app. To do that, we call it the model, then save data, username, and password. Okay, currently the model doesn't have the method. We just have to put our cursor here, then click enter, then create a member function inside the model. Here we are already in the model. Then we save our data in our application. Log in user with the user and then pass in username and password. Okay, was it val? Oh, it's val, so it's gonna be var. All right. So we in our login presenter, we call in the save data. Now the app has now the login user info because in our login presenter, we save the data to our model. Okay, right. So let's go back to our home activity. Upon launching, our home activity must call the presenter. Let's do it. So again, late in it, home presenter. That's it. But before we even get the presenter instantiated, we have to tell our home activity to implement login contract, home contract, then the view. So what should the view should do? We want the user here to be displayed. So to do that, our view must have in the login contract, okay, it should show welcome, show, display na lang, display username. Okay, display username. That's it. And then in the presenter, we have to create get username. Okay, when you say get, it's return something. Okay, initialize init username, initialize username. So let's have this first. Now in home activity, we have to implement that one. Okay, how to do this? We're going to display our message. So where should we display our message? In our welcome message here, the text view welcome message. Okay, we have to set it here. So inside our home activity, we have to initialize here. So late init, what's that? Text view, text view, welcome. It's a text view. Okay, and then here below the set content view, we have to initialize that text view was find view by ID. Is it a Java? No. Then text view, then our ID and text view. So we have now our text view instance. Then inside this one, it should display the text. So set text. What is the text? It should be coming from our data here. Thing is, don't have the now let's just have the the presenter to show it. Message. So a message here. String. So we have to update our declaration of our display username in our contract that it should pass in username message and then the type string. So notice that in our activity it's all fixed, and then in the presenter we must have our presenter uh, the same in our login presenter. Look at our login presenter. So these two should be the same with our presenter here, only it is for the uh, home home screen. So it's gonna be val view, then home contract view, then again we have to have val model with home model, and we have our presenter to implement home contract presenter. Notice that it's red now, so we have to implement the method that is required in this. So let's initialize our presenter here. Below the set content view should be below, but so that you will not remember forgot it. So presenter, so home presenter, we pass in this, and then the instance of our home model that has application as custom app. Now we are done with setting up our presenter in our login in our home activity. Let's just be OCD. Let's have this private because of the green wiggly green there. And then we now go to our presenter to have initializing. How to initialize the name? So we have to get it from our model. So the message, val message, should be coming from our model for the username. I know it should be a username. So we will ask our model, model, give me username. Give me the username. And because currently the model does not have this function, again, put your cursor in the red text and then press Alt Enter in your keyboard. Choose create functions. It should have this function. And because we are going to return string, it should be string. So now we return app use login username, we will get the login username and then the username, because we are going to get the data of whoever is logged in into the application. Okay, now let's go to our home presenter. It now has the username. So if username is null or empty, if it is not null or empty, okay, not is not null, it's a string. Okay, let's just have it. Is not empty, is not empty, then we'll show the message. So we'll tell the view, display the username. So not really display username, we'll just have to rename it. Refactor, rename. Let's not display username, but display welcome message now. Okay, so because we are going to display the welcome message, welcome back, the dollar sign, and then username, the exclamation mark. If it is empty, we display, we just have to display welcome back user, just to have a fallback. Okay, so we are done with our setting up of our home screen with following the MVP structure. So let's just run it. Okay, let's run our application. Okay, let's display. Is it running? So it's still running. Right, it's now running. So let's just go directly with the test. 1, 2, 3. We go to login and notice that we don't have the data for it. Let me just, in login screen, it should display already. Home presenter, let's have the is empty. So what is the message? Welcome. Okay, it's empty. We must have it before, after it's initialized. Nagka doesn't show error. It should be showing because the view, this one, doesn't have a, it's not initialized yet. So that is why it should crash. I don't know why, but it should crash. Okay, let me just try again. Oh, it's still empty. Let's debug if our home screen is actually, let's do here presenter. Alright, so one, let's have log here and then E and then We have to log our home presenter username also. Oh yes, dollar sign user. All right, let's see if it really calls our presenter. These are all Kotlin class. The home activity, it's actually home activity, home model, home model. It should be correct. What happened to our, well, let me just do a log cut. Not sure. That's 180. It doesn't call our, it doesn't call our, this one, our on create doesn't call this, all this. It doesn't call for it. Let me just a home model application. Let me end this because I don't know what happened. I know what you to do. Clear all, and then let's just rebuild, clean, and then rebuild. If you want to make sure that, let me just lock here, then home activity on create is called. Okay, then let me import this one. Custom app is right. We don't have error, and I'm not sure what happened. Doesn't call our presenter. So, alright, let me rebuild after clean up. Build. You know what happened with our application? Doesn't have error, it doesn't crash, but doesn't call the code. Is it with a home? Yeah, we have the home. And then the code. We have it. Show inactivity. This is the ID. Then the presenter. We have the design ready. It doesn't have error. Okay, it's done. So let's run again. Sorry, should be displaying this. Let's wait for our application to run. Oops, sorry. Here, launching on device. Now it's good, but we have to. Sorry for moving back again here, but we have to display the log cut and then test 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it calls our home activity. We have now home activity, but the message is not displayed. I don't know why. It is now calling our home activity, but let me see. Home activity is called. It doesn't call our presenter. Ah, okay, my bad. It doesn't call our presenter because we must call it initialize username. My bad. Sorry for that. All right, let's run again. Okay, so I missed that part. Let's run again. Okay, test 1, 2, 3, 4. Log in, and then we have now the test here. Finally, we got it back. All right, so currently, as of the moment, we have our login screen or our application implemented the vertical slicing architecture, because previously you don't feel it, but it's actually called vertical slicing when you package your application by features. This is one feature, the home screen and login as well. So all the files that is related to the screen are inside it, aside from those screens that is shared by others, aside from those files that is shared for all the screens. But if it's a file that is intended for the home screen only, then you must put it inside the home screen. And now we also implemented, in this example, we have implemented our MVP design pattern. So we have our MVP, home activity or the login activity as our view, the model as our model, and then the presenter as our presenter. The M, V, and the P. And of course, as mentioned in the slide, it is connect the view and the presenter is connected through an interface. So that is why we have our contract here that has interfaces for the view and interfaces for the presenter. All right, so I hope this clears or help you with understanding the vertical slicing and the MVP, and at the same time creating a custom application, and at the same time creating an extension function. So we are covering a lot of topics here that we have already, I previously have studied as well. Okay, so I hope this helps you in the preparation of your exam, and yeah, you will be you I hope you will also play this over and over again until you are able to uh exactly understand what the this activity or this implementation is all about. All right, so that's the end of our video. I hope you will subscribe to this page. Thank you very much and have a great day, everyone.